So just out, again out a little bit wider this time today. Still doing a few testing with the new tune, seeing how it's going. Got a myriad of rods out the back. Got a little hook up here. What are you calling, Ranger?
Fish.
Fish. Probably a good start.
Oh, mackerel.
What do you got? Oh, it's a nice. Is that cobia? Oh. Something out there. It is too, cobia. Shark looking, that's cobia.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a D. What were you saying about that shitty lure? Oh well. Shark it is. First blood for the day, shark. Best deal with this thing. So that didn't really go to plan, did it, Ranger? Four lines out the back of a little boat's bit. It was a bit too much, so I ended up having to just in gear, and the line hit the prop, went under the boat. And because the lure was still in the shark's mouth, it's jumping out the water a bit, so old bug eggs here, shark wrangler, decided he'd go and get it for us. So he's launched over the side to try and get it. Cut the back of my arm on the gaff, done something, I'm not too sure. Nothing too crazy. Split her open there a little bit, but yeah, enjoys the fishing. Might have to tie him up, I think. I'll get it for you, he says. Yeah, nah, Frank's starting the boat, eh? Alright guys, so we're back from our little test run there. Rattled out another 63 nautical miles, something like that. It's about another 120 k's. So that's our second trip out with the tune in. The reason we're doing a bit more testing is because we're having a couple of issues. Been told maybe the fuel we got was bad. It's getting to a certain RPM and then hunting a little bit, coming back about 300 or 400 revs and then picking it back up and just going backwards and forwards like that. Fuel burn's still pretty good, but yeah, just a couple of issues here and there. Not throwing any codes, but it's just not real happy. So and neither am I at the moment. So we're just still running it through its paces, and yeah, so here we are with this video. This was a little bit of fault on my behalf from where we're at the moment with the fishing line. I didn't really think that the shark had done, or had hit the prop. I thought it just hit the bottom of the boat. You've probably seen in the video before, in my head I thought it hit the prop, but we should have probably stopped and checked. But we ended up doing about another 30 nautical mile once we'd hooked this shark. And we had a single strand stainless wire with a swivel wrapped around the prop, and obviously it couldn't pull that in past the prop into the housing, so we're pretty lucky in a way there. It did score the aluminium there a little bit, which you'll see, and scored the prop a touch as well, but the prop's in pretty good nick. But anyway guys, check this out, a little bit of prop maintenance. Make sure you check it out yourselves if you haven't. It's pretty easy, pretty cheap maintenance, just a little bit of grease and a split pin. But anyway guys, check it out. Right, here's one of the many joys of boating. Stick them up there. It's a fishing line in your prop. So we had that. Wire trace. Some leader. That was actually wrapped around here. It's a little bit scored. Around there. You can see down here. It's around the outside. Around there, it's scored all that. So that was the first layer. And it looked alright. I thought, well, maybe we've got away with it here. But then we popped off the bush. And that's the bit that goes in behind the prop. If you just don't know about where the bush goes, so that goes in behind it. And we pulled out all of that. And I think it's alright, because that there's sort of floating around. And that's pretty much it. I thought there was more line in there, but it's actually the clip that holds that in there. Must be a little, I'm not too sure about this, but it must be like a little safeguard, because I'd say there's a seal in there for that bush. So any of you tech gurus out there can probably leave a comment let us know what that is. But yeah, so there you go. One of the many joys of running a boat. It was actually our fish that done it. We hooked a shark on the trawl and went a bit loopy near the boat as always, and the boat was just kicking along in gear, just idling, and it went underneath the back of the boat. I thought it just chafed off on the side of the boat, but yeah, it's actually hit the prop and sucked the whole lot in. So everything seems to be okay. Everything's nice and smooth, there's no gouges. There, everything feels good. So I'll clean that up, repack it, and go on our merry way again. So I've repacked, redone the shaft, put that bush back in. I ended up pulling that circlip out and that little plastic cap out, and yeah, there was obviously the gearbox seals just in behind that. So like I said, I'm not sure if that's what protects the seal from a bit of fishing line or whatever, but yeah, it's obviously done its job if that's what it was meant to do, because it was all stuck in behind this bush here. So but yeah, so that's it's obviously done its job if that's what it was for. Anyway, we've got our prop here now. Let's give that a, oh, that's on. Good tip too, guys, is to remember or video how you took it off, because there's, like I said, there's a couple of parts here that go in at different times. So if you haven't done this before and you want to have a crack at it, just video it as you take it off, and that's as easy as you're going to be able to get. Bloody good 40 odd here today, so picked the absolute top day to do this. But yeah, so I'll just clean this one up, put a bit of fresh grease on it, and yeah, I'll finish putting this together. Well, there you have it. She's all back together. So I'll do this probably 2 or 3 times throughout a service interval. So it's about every 30 hours roughly, give or take. Because let's face it, you don't know what old Fred in the shed's done, got spooled, and you've ran through it and wound in 100 feet of bloody 30-pound braid. It doesn't go too well in there. So yeah, it's pretty easy, pretty quick and simple. A little bit of grease, and make sure you use a new split pin there. It's pretty cheap insurance, that is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Simple as that. Good to go again for another trip. There you have it, guys. A little bit of quick, easy boat maintenance for you. Just something simple that I do, probably 2 to 3 times per service interval. So obviously it was an easy one to see, this one, because it was all hanging out the prop, but sometimes you can't see it, it's in there, and we all know what braid's like. It just gets tighter and tighter and tighter until it starts doing a bit of damage. But anyway, guys, as always, ottadventures.net for all your merch. Haven't got one of my hats on today, but yeah, they're up on the website now. Kids bucket hats, we got them available too now. They're pretty cool. Get them in like a lighty blue color and a black one there. So yeah, hit us up if you want any of that stuff. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Helps us out heaps here at the channel. And thanks for everyone that has subscribed over the last couple of years with the journey that we've been on. That's bloody awesome. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and tell your mates.